Okay, so I don't really know what's going on. So before I even say anything, I'm going over to the comments. So can you guys
So I
hear
don't
me?
really know what's going on. So before I even say
All right.
anything, I'm going over to the comments. So can you guys hear me? I don't really know what's going on. So before I even say anything, I'm going over to the comments. So can you guys hear me? I don't really know what's going on. So before I even say anything,
Uh, uh,
I'm
uh.
going over to the comments.
All right. So can you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, that was me. I guess you're hearing me. Okay. Hey, and welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm your host, Actor Rita Louise, and we're going to have a great show tonight. Happy pre-Christmas. Um, Well, see, I was very concerned with the whole muting my mic and then not unmuting it, and me being like, oh, I got this great thing. We're going to have this great conversation. And my mic is muted for the whole thing, which would suck because I got a great topic tonight. But before we do that, I just want to say, where am I? That Thursday Night Live is brought to you by the Institute of Applied Energetics. That's appliedenergeticsinstitute.com, where you can learn to become a medical intuitive counselor, or certified energy medicine practitioner. And if you go to the web page, appliedenergeticsinstitute.com, you can download my free 50-page guide to jumpstart your intuition today. That's appliedenergeticsinstitute.com. Anyway, so tonight, I want to talk about setting the intention for next year, and a little review about where we've been, not so much about where we're going, but that might be a good topic for next week. And this whole thing was inspired. Somebody had posted a meme and talked about 2024 and said it was all about, excuse me, healing, trust, and letting go. And so that is such a true statement. It is such a true statement. In 2024, actually, I'm going to start in 2020. So in 2020, we worked through a lot of fear. 2020, 2021, 2022, that whole COVID era. We worked through a lot of fear, and we really had to ask ourselves the question, what do I want? And what's important to me? And how do I move forward in that? Because we learned what we didn't want. And so 2024 has really been, in my opinion, us taking that information and putting it into practice. And with that, we have all become a whole group of unrealized warriors, because we can sit there and have some kind of adversity smack us in the face, and it might shake us up for a little bit. But for many of us, we're able to just turn it around pretty quickly and start moving forward again, and not put us into these deep phases of funk, of having bad brain. And one of the things about 2024 is I feel like many people have gotten to the place where they just don't want to take it anymore. They don't want to do the same things that they've been doing that has not necessarily been healthy for themselves anymore. And so the concept of people creating and having boundaries, the concept of people thinking about themselves and having a certain amount of self-love, and being mindful of their inner state, and then acting on what comes up for them in that mindful moment and acting on it, has really been some of the stomping ground of 2024. And if this is resonating with you and you've been going through this dynamic, when you learn something new, when you learn to have a boundary, when you learn to think about yourself, or, have self-love, it's a tool, it's a practice. And so the more you practice it, the better you get at it. And so if you've been working with some of those things in 2024, just think in 2025, it's going to be just that much better. So I was going to do this topic for next week, but it's the day after Christmas. I didn't know how many people were going to be there. And so I decided to do it tonight because I figured it would have a better reach tonight. And so as we are on the advent of 2025, the question is, what do you want? And better yet, what do I want? I mean, I want $1 million, but internally, what do I want? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. What do I want? Now, there does come a little bit of a challenge with that, of separating out what the ego wants and what spirit wants for us. And when we allow ego to rule, we find we're doing things that really, we might do them, but we're not really in the flow, and we're forcing them and trying to make them happen. Versus when it comes from spirit, there's this effortlessness about it. We are able to allow things to happen. And make it forward. So one of my bright ideas, because I've kind of been pondering this thought for the last month. And so one of the ideas that kind of came into my brain, and it was a little hard for me to separate out, is this ego or is this spirit putting that notion in my head? And so someone was telling me that they were creating an audiobook and that they were using software to clone their voice and then taking their text files and running it through this cloning software to produce these audiobooks. I'm like, wow, that's like just kind of a technology thing. It should be pretty easy peasy to do. I mean, kind of a pain in the butt, but in the big picture, pretty easy to do. And so I was kind of asking around about it because I thought, well, maybe that was dropped into my lap because that's something I should be doing in 2025. But then, in the same way, in my asking around about it, I found out that if you create an audiobook using an AI generated voice, you can't copyright it. And many book publishers like Amazon, etc., will not allow you to sell a book with an AI generated voice. So that kind of put the kibosh on that. And I'm sorry, I got like eyeliner everywhere. I just can't look at myself. So I kind of was feeling like that was spirit covering my back, because I could see me spending a month or two working on this project, because I was thinking about taking the Dysfunctional Dance of the Empath and Narcissist book. Here, wait a minute. I was thinking about taking this book and turning it into an audiobook, as well as this book, Dang, It Was Me All Along, wonderful Christmas gifts, as well as Dark Angels, An Insider's Guide to Ghost Spirits and Attached Entities, all available at Amazon or on soulhealer.com, but also on Amazon and all those good places. But that was my thought, that I would create those books, but now I'm not. Oops. So if you're waiting for it to come out on audiobooks, it's not. So anyway, but one of the other things is, many of us get into these patterns of worry. And I feel like that's one of the other energies that we have been kind of working with and working through, recognizing that worry and fear really aren't our friends. And, if you sit there and bring up any concepts that have to do with law of attraction, really one of the primary energies and dynamics about it is about holding a positive energy, holding a positive note about it. Because when you bring the fear in, when you worry about it, when you think it's not going to happen, when you think you're not good enough, like who would want to sign up? Who would want that? It's not going to work out. Then that's one of the energies that you are bringing into that creation. And I feel like because we have been being more mindful and more aware of what's going on in our inner world, that we're noticing that fear or that worry or whatever that negative vibration is, and moving it out and moving it into a place of love and self-love. Woohoo! We're just like all rocking it. Wow. Um, uh, so when you ask that question, what do I want? What do I want for 2025? What do I want to bring into my life in 2025? Do the things that you feel compelled to do. Stop, take a breath, bring your awareness back into your body, maybe ground, maybe do some tapping to get you into the present moment. And consider, especially at this point in time, consider, because you don't have to make a decision in this moment. It's just, I'm putting out ideas to the universe of, these are the things that I would like to have happen. And as time moves on and as we move into the year, you might feel compelled to do that thing, and you won't question it. So as an example, I mean, many of you know, I bought a project house actually last year, January 2nd, and I was compelled to buy it. And I have enjoyed, I want to say every moment of it, but that would be a lie. But I really have enjoyed the process, and I'm super happy that I did it, because it's just been a magnificent experience for me. Now, granted, there have been moments where there was a lot of breathing involved. There have been a lot of moments where I've had intrusive thoughts about, oh my God, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? But I've always kept a positive energy about it. And those things would just seem to unravel in front of me and work out to the best that they should, even though in the moment it kind of sucked. And what you get, what that notion is of what you want to bring into 2025, it might not be a thing or an activity. You might want to have more inner peace. You might want to have more happiness in your life. You might want to have increased joy. And if you sit there and hold those emotions, then you allow the universe to bring you whatever it is, a freaking project house that you're working on for a year every day. But for me, it has brought me a lot of joy, and it has brought me happiness. And I have to tell you, and I don't know about you guys, but Monday was a shit day. Crappy. And all I kept thinking, because it started before I got out of bed and didn't get much better at 7:30 in the morning. And all I kept thinking was, I'm going to go and paint my house because it'll make me feel better. So by the end of the day, and after painting 2 rooms, I did feel better, because it gave me the opportunity to let go of whatever that weird funk that was going on. And there are several other people that complained about Monday just being a bad day. So if Monday was a bad day for you, share that with people, because there was something going on. I just don't know what. Okay. But if you, especially if you do like this emotional thing, I want to feel safety. I want to feel loved. I want to feel secure. Open yourself up to however the universe, God, spirit, whatever word you want to put with it, presents it to you, and accept it and say thank you. That is the most important thing, is to be open to it, even if it's something really weird, like buying a project house. Anyway, so now in this next 2-week period, now's the time to review last year and to start putting out the energy into the future of what you want and what you want to bring in for 2025. And that is our little soul healer moment for this week. Okay. So if you're enjoying the show and you want to reach out to me, maybe set up a time for a private consultation, please go to my website, soulhealer.com. That's soulhealer.com. It's loaded with articles. You can get all my books. It's really great. If you're listening to the show either in a rerun and want to participate during the live show, or you are watching it on a show that does not allow you to enter into the chat, please go to YouTube. And the easiest place is to go to YouTube. And my channel is Just Energy Radio. That's Just Energy Radio. Click the live button at 7 o'clock in the morning, or 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, 7 o'clock in the morning. I won't be there. You might, but I won't. Actually, I'm going to do this. And please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel or any of my other social media. Dr. Rita Louise -live on Facebook, Psychic Doc on Rumble, Dr. Rita Louise on BitChute, and Dr. Rita Louise on Twitter. I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to those things. So, yeah, that's all I got for right this second. Anyway, so I am going to, let's turn that off. Let's click that. Go into the comments. I know you guys, like you're getting tricky here, where you're coming even before the show starts and saying, hey, I want a reading. Yeah. But I'm going to say hi. And then as I come up to somebody wants a reading, I'm going to stop. If you are in the queue, I will respond to you. So you don't need to post it 2 or 3 times. And if you want to communicate to me, or if there's something you would like for me to share on air, please do type in all capital letters, so I know that it's not chit chat in the background and it's something that I need to look at. Okay, let's get going. All right, so Master Player he was in at 6:15. 6:15. Hey, Master Player. Hi, Unar. How are you? All right, ERRT Radio. He was here early too. And he was the first one wanting a reading. So ERRT Radio, here you go. And he would like a number 3. Number 3. Okay, and let's just see. And I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay. I'm going with this one. And here's your card for today. Okay, so Ronald, I get the impression that, I'm going to say yesterday, today, maybe your Monday was as funky as a lot of our Mondays have been. And this is what they're sharing, and so I'm just going to repeat. But I get the impression that you just burped up a bunch of funk, and you're kind of back into your chill place, and things are good again, internally. So I don't know what the funk was that you let go, but they keep showing me this burp, and you just releasing. And if you think about it, a burp, 3rd chakra, has to do with our ability, our use of our power. But it's also from deep in the body. And I do feel like it was something from deep within you that was coming out, and not just a burp. That's just metaphorically speaking. Anyway, let me know if that makes sense to you. Hi, Miss Amy. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Christine. Yes, you may have a reading. Number 1, please. Yes, you can. Christine. All right, and there's your card for today. Christine, this is kind of a very interesting dynamic. I feel like there's like this dual energy going on. Like there's this sense of upliftment, and I'm going to say freedom. But then there's kind of like sitting behind that, a little bit of fear. Like, well, I'll just stick my toe in the water and see how that feels. I get the impression that you're going to move past that weird energy and just carry on. I also get the impression, well, actually, I was corrected. Excuse me. I feel like, and I'm kind of going back to what I was talking about in the first part, that you have decided to love yourself enough that if something is weird or something is uncomfortable to you, that you are just going to bring it up or move forward or move through it, versus having you sit in the fear, the worry, the anxiety that you maybe would have in the past. And so even though you're hitting this funk, I feel like there's another part of you that knows that it's just a stepping stone to move forward. Hope that makes sense. Let me know what you think. Nina, hey, Miss Nina. And it's Mr. B and French Truth Seeker. Hey, how are you doing? Okay, yes. Okay, they can all hear me. That's good. All right, Yvonne would like to get a reading number 2. Okay, Yvonne, number 2. Okay, and this is your card for today. Girl, you always got projects going on. So I feel like there's something else new that you're working on. And I'm feeling like you're trying to like fit the pieces together and navigate it and collect the information and data to make an educated decision. Okay, so I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm just going to throw it out there. So I don't know if your pattern has been in the past that you would just make an emotional decision and move forward, but I feel like this energy about kind of investigating, looking before you leap is kind of new, but I feel like it's working for you. So keep doing what you're doing. I think it's great. Okay. Veronica would like a reading number 1. Okay, Veronica, that's your card. Okay, so this is just kind of weird. Veronica, I don't know what's going on, but I just feel like you're kind of beating yourself up, and I don't know why you would be. We kind of talk, so, but I'm feeling like some loneliness around you. But the bigger thing is I feel like you're beating yourself up, and there's not anything for you to beat yourself up over. So stop it. Stop it. Okay, RLCC. Hey, RLCC. Merry Christmas to you, too. And Amy says, gosh, I reading. I just disappeared. Yeah, Amy, the new thing is to come really super early. So maybe you should come at 7 o'clock in the morning and get in line. Sorry. Oh. And I'm just shuffling away. So you're going to get this many. Okay. All right, Amy, and that's your card. So, Amy, I get the impression that you have been kind of doing what I was talking about earlier, that you have kind of put I don't want to say a break, but, have kind of stopped working toward 2024 and kind of have pulled your energy back to set the intention of what you want to have in 2025. And I'm going to say this one to you, maybe instead of the thing, maybe you should shift it to, what do I want to feel, or what do I want to experience internally and allow the universe to sort the rest of it out. I know you're a great manifester. I do want to validate that I feel like you've been keeping your energy really high. So that's good. I feel like you are moving into the new year with a sense of hope. So that's great too. So keep up the good work and enjoy your holidays, because 2024 is going to be here before we know it. 2024, 2025. Man, I am on a roll today, aren't I? Veronica says, I am going to IHOP for Christmas. Okay. All right. So Unar says, hi, Dr. Rita. Reading, please. Number 3. Okay. Number 3 for Unar. That's your card for today. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting dynamic. I feel like, okay, I did have that picture. That's what I thought. Okay, so I don't know if you are in the process of doing this, if this is something that you've been thinking about but really haven't taken action on, but this concept is in your energy. And I just feel like you want to push everyone out, that you're tired of having everybody else's energy in your space, and you want to be in your space, in your body, yourself, and not having to share it with everybody on the planet. There's a little piece of you that's uncertain as to whether you should do it or not. I say go for it, because many times you can be happier being alone than unhappy being around people that make you unhappy and make you miserable. But I know it's there. So let me know. Did you kick them out yet, or are you just playing with the idea? Hey, Victoria, how are you? All right, I'm going to try to say your name. If I don't say it correctly, I'm sorry. I have no phonic skills. Hi, Ashika. Welcome to Thursday Night Live with Dr. Rita Louise. That's me. And if you would like to get a reading, just put in the comment thing, I would like a reading and a number from 1 to 3. Please use capital letters, and hopefully I will get down to the bottom and I will get to you. Okay. Unar says, I feel like 2024 went by so fast. Am I the only one? Is time speeding up, or am I just old? I am not really sure, Unar, but it did go by really fast, really fast. Hey, Bradley, how are you? Wow, she's right on it. Okay, so I'm going to give you a pass, Ashika. I usually only do 1 through 3, but since you're new, I'm going to give you a 4. And thank you for coming, by the way. Okay. Uh-oh. You're new. And guess what you got? A mask card. Okay, so Ashika, when these cards come up, it usually means that there's an energy that you don't want to look at, or the energy is blocked, or there's some kind of, you don't want to deal with it, energy sitting around it. So I usually will pull cards until I feel that the energy shifts to see what's sitting underneath. All right, I'm going to go. Oh, these two, I like this one better. Okay, so you got this card, and then this one was next, and this one was pretty good, but I decided to go with the one below that. And because there's partial clearing here, but there's a fuller level of clearing here. And I just feel like there's this energy of you wanting to be free, feel free. I mean, when I look at the dynamic in your space, I just keep seeing you going like this and moving things out of your way so that you can have a clear plate and a clear palette, because it just seems like things are overwhelming. I'm going to make the assumption that you're pretty empathic and your space can and does get overwhelmed, and you want your space to yourself. So, but that might be a good thing to ask to have come in for 2025 is, what can I do? And I don't want to say to protect my space, but to better navigate my energy when I'm feeling overwhelmed. Hey, Kristen, how are you? Okay. Mark Eddie. Hey, Mark Eddie, how are you? Hey, Marco. So he says, hair, lipstick, lumberjack shirt, all wow. Well, this is kind of the best I could come up with for Christmas. I'm like, okay, I was going to wear something else. And I'm like, you got to wear something red. Red. So that's what I did. And then Veronica says, bet your hair is boss. It's like, it is. All right, I have to stop reading these. Okay. ERRT Radio, I want to bring more info that helps you. Okay. Okay. Wow. Hey, Kristen. There I go crapping out again. Just let me know. But hey, dude. All right, so we have Candamin, that guy. Hey, you're a new name. Welcome to the show. Work with me. There you go. Hey, Debbie Wolf. Nice to see you. Thanks for you. Hey, Merry Christmas. Hey, Eric. I guess you're still with us, or there's like a ghost coming on the show tonight. You can just post down below. All right. Nashaba. Okay, so you guys, there's a lot of commentary, so please use capital letters. Read me number 2, please. I sure will. Number two, Nashaba. Okay, and this is your card for today. And you look like a new name also, so I'm really glad that you came. So Nashoba, I feel like you are in the process of this really big releasing. I feel like you have concluded a bunch of work. I feel like it was actually a few months ago, but you're still kind of finishing it up. And it's not necessarily like work on the physical plane, but it could be the ending of a relationship, which would have been a lot of work also. I feel like you're really looking forward to 2025. I feel like, as I said in the introduction, that you feel hopeful for what the new year is going to bring to you. So keep that hope, put out positive intentions for 2025, and let's have that happen. Okay. So Eric says, Rita, please thank everyone for the well wishes and prayers. So Eric underwent some major surgery on Monday, and he's still here with us. So yay, Eric. Okay. Hey, Ricky, would like reading number 3. Sure thing. Uh-oh. Mass card. Something blocked. You don't want to look at it. There's denial going on. Ooh, Ricky. Okay, releasing. Okay. Okay, so this was what was sitting underneath this pile. Not too bad. Okay, so whatever is going on with you right now, what they're telling me is that your ego is involved, and they are suggesting that you stop and take a step back and surrender to the thing that you really don't want to do. Because, like stop, clear yourself, do some meditating, and listen to the guidance. I feel like you're getting the guidance, but you just don't want to do it. And I am suggesting to you that you surrender to that, because that is what will move you forward and through this time. Okay? Okay. Hey, Don. Okay, number 2. Okay, Don, number 2. God, we're on a roll. Okay, Don, but you only had one card, so let's see. Okay, Don. So I'm going to give you a little adjustment. It's interesting because I feel like we keep working on something every week. But I'm feeling like you're having a little bit of bad brain. And so I'm just saying to you, Don, you're having a little bit of bad brain. And now that there's an awareness of it, maybe you can stop and meditate or do something, exercise, tap, do some breathing to shift that energy and move you out of the bad brain. It's not very deep. It's not like locked in yet. And so this is the perfect time to work with some tools to move yourself out from that downward decline back into the energy of joy and being in the present moment. Okay? Okay, RLCC. Yes, you can. You didn't give me a number. I'm going to give you a number 2. Number 2. All right, and that's your card for today. So, I mean, it's interesting because it's usually a really positive card, but I'm just feeling like you're really ready for the holidays to be over. I'm feeling like they're kind of getting in the way of your flow. I feel like you normally have things happening and going on, and I feel like you're feeling a bit inconvenienced by them. And that's okay. We only have another week or so of it, and thank God they'll be done. Be patient, it shall happen. So again, if this is resonating with you, put a comment below, share your insights. Also, if this is helping you out, if you could leave me a little something in my tip jar, you can go to soulhealer.com/live. That's soulhealer.com/live, and leave me a little something in the tip jar. You can do it with PayPal or through the shopping carts that are set up on the website. Okay. Okay, ERRT Radio says, thank you, Dr. Rita. Makes sense. Okay, great. All right, Caroline Fuller. Caroline, are you a new name to the show? I'm not remembering you off the top of my head, but number 2. Okay, Caroline, this is your card. Okay. Okay, so Caroline, so I don't know if you really enjoy Christmas or the holiday season, but I'm just feeling like you're experiencing a lot of joy, a lot of creativity in your life. I feel like it's been fun. I mean, that's the word that keeps coming up, that it's been fun. So enjoy it. I don't really have that much, so enjoy it. And happy holidays. Okay, so Master Player says I skipped him. I hope not. Okay, maybe you didn't do caps. I mean, there's been a lot of chatter in here, so it's been kind of hard. So number 2, sure thing. Okay, and that's your card. So I get the impression that you have really been working on 2025. I feel like you kind of have this like laundry list, and you are, and the word I'm going to say is waiting for them to start unfolding. And I'm going to put my little caveat in there, just make sure as you bring these things in that they are being brought to you by spirit, and that you're not pushing yourself, that your ego isn't pushing you into doing things that, your mind says, oh, would be a good idea and would be profitable or whatever, versus what your heart is telling you to do. Okay. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay, another new person. Hey, Jenny, welcome to Thursday Night Live with Dr. Rita. Thank you for tuning in. And she would like a reading number 4. Well, what's with this 4 thing? We only do 1 through 3. So, Jenny, I'm sorry, you're only going to get a 3. 1 through 3. Okay. And that is your card for today. So, Jenny, this is kind of interesting. I get the impression that there are new things, that there are shifts going on around you. I'm not even sure how to phrase this. Okay. I guess you simplify it. I mean, they're throwing all these images at me, and it's kind of like, okay, slow down, slow down. I just feel like there's a lot going on for you right now. I feel, especially on an intellectual, mental level, like you're sorting through a whole bunch of things. I feel like, I mean, it feels like it's all good. I feel like there are changes that are going to be coming in for you, whether it is, internal changes, traveling, but I feel like where you are today is not where you're going to be. And I'm going to say in March, that there's going to be some definite shifts that are happening for you, so I don't normally predict the future, and this is not really a prediction. but I feel like there's just a lot going on and a lot moving and a lot happening. But I feel like it's all for the good and it's all for the better. And I feel like you are listening, and to just keep listening because it will take you to the perfect place for you. There. Let me know if that makes sense. Ricky, I thought you knew me better. Hello, Louise. Who the hell is that? Anyway, can I have a reading number 3, please? Happy holidays. Okay. Okay, Claudia, I don't do 1 through 5, so I'm changing your number and I'm going to give you a 2, just letting you know in advance. Okay, Ricky, that's your card. You know, Ricky, and I'm going to say it this way, I just feel like you're tired. Tired of the crap. You're just tired. I feel like you keep trying, but it's not working the way you think it should. And maybe the point is that you're trying too hard, and instead of allowing things to happen, allowing things to flow, you're trying to push them forward. And in the effort of pushing them forward, you're engaging your ego, and it's not working out the way you think it should. You know, and I just feel like it's kind of keeping you on this roller coaster of not getting what you really want. But it's interesting. Oh, okay. You're not getting what you want mentally, but you're not really asking for what your heart desires, what your soul desires. And so maybe the question needs to change from what do I need to do, like on a mental level, to what do I need to do on a heart level. Okay. Hi, Claudia. So I'm only going to give you a 2. Sorry. It's like one of the things I learned very early in doing this show and working on that house is that my hands cannot do 5 shuffles over and over and over again. And I got a big splinter in my thumb, and I bled all over freaking everything today. So, okay, this is your card for today. So, Claudia, you know, I know that you're a creative person in general, but I feel like that creative desire is stepping forward again, you know, like you're wanting to do something fun and exercise that muscle. I feel like you're kind of missing it, you know, and if you were here for the beginning of the show, you know, that might be what you set your intention for 2025 is to bring that creativity into your life on a more regular basis. You know, and it's interesting because I feel like for you being able to, and I'm going to say emote creatively is very healing for your heart and very healing for your soul. And when you're not doing it for a while, it's kind of like your energy gets stopped up, you know. So I think for you, it is something that should be part of your regular practice, your regular life practice. Okay, Mike says, if you have time, I'd like a reading too, please. No specific questions tonight. Okay, Mike, and so I'm going to give you a 1 shuffle. Okay, Mike. All right, Mike Harris, there you go. All right, hang on. I need another lozenge. You're talking way too much and way too fast. Okay. And I got lozenge and gunk all on my hand. All right, so there's your card. Okay, this is just an interesting dynamic, Mike. I feel like you just want to be you. I feel like, and I might be talking out my butt here, but like the people around you have kind of put you up on this pedestal and you feel compelled to live up to other people's ideal of who you think they think you are. And I would like to say, your 2025 goal is that you just be you. Because if they see you as this uber competent person or however, it's because that's the energy you already are putting out there. And I feel like you're putting extra pressure on yourself, trying to be the person that you think they think you should be. I hope that makes sense. Comments below, please. Okay. All right. Christine says, yes, it makes complete sense. I have been on a debate with the school board on how our local food share building has a metal detector in there and more safer than our schools. Cool. Yvonne says, yes, I appreciate you. I'm doing things differently. Thank you. Great. Thanks, Yvonne. Okay, so Rick, I already gave you your reading. Veronica says, true that. Hey, Secret Mission. Hey, Dr. Rita, do you have any guidance regarding my elderly mom's care and living situation? Looks like she will have to stay in a nursing home. Is her present nursing home okay for her? Okay, so Secret Mission, I'm not really doing those kind of readings here. I can pull a card for you, which is totally not going to answer that question. Or you can go to my webpage, soulhealer.com, and schedule a time for a private consultation with me, which would be a much more appropriate venue to answer that question for you. Okay. Where do we go? Okay, but Secret Mission, I will pull a card for you since you are in the queue. And I saw, all right, hang on one quick second. I just have to scroll down. I'm not going to click on it. Chris George is here. Chris, all right, I'm never going to get to it. I got this whole long list. Hey, Chris. All right, going back, doing a reading for Secret Mission. And you're going to get a 3. Okay. Okay, and that's the card. Okay, and I'm going to direct this card to you regarding your mom. I get the impression that you really don't want her to be in the nursing home. I feel like you see it as being like prison. There's a lot of pieces to this that I don't really want to go into all of it. And I'm just going to talk in a more of a counseling mode as opposed to an intuitive mode. But sometimes they get to the place where they need that extra care, and then being at home just isn't a satisfactory solution. And all nursing homes kind of suck. I mean, it might be a great one, but energetically speaking, they all kind of suck. Not that they're bad, they just energetically all kind of suck. Okay. Hi, Drusilla. Glad to see you. Debbie would like a reading number 3. Okay. Okay, so I hope you guys don't get mad because there is a whole long thing here, but I'm only going to do a couple more because our time is getting close. All right, Debbie, we'll see what you got in under the gun. And that's your card for today. Okay, kind of random here. So Debbie, does something like in your house or in your car break? I'm feeling like you're trying to figure out how to fix something or make something work. And it's kind of pissing you off. And you don't really want to have to spend the money on it, especially right at the holidays. I think you need to just take a breath and ask the universe to bring somebody to you that can help you move through this and not cost you a fortune. I feel like, from a law of attraction type of perspective, you're not allowing it to flow. You're not allowing it to come to you to have a resolution because you're kind of irritated about the whole thing. Get unirritated. Okay? Okay, let's see. Bradley would like a reading. Number 2. Raylene, go lay down. Go. You want to come say hi to everybody? Okay, Bradley, you are my last one for today. And that's your card for today. You want to come up? Raylan wanted to come and say Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas from Raylan. Okay, bye. Yeah. Okay, that's your card for today. So it's interesting, Bradley, because I feel like one of the energies that you really want to bring into 2025 is your ability to love yourself more, to love yourself better, to honor yourself better. I feel like in 2024, you really have taken ownership and assessment of yourself, your energy, your role with different people. You've been kind of keeping a little bit of a mental list going on, and you are ready to take it from this observation place into a more, this is who I am, and this is how I'm dealing with and addressing the world. So good job. Anyway, guys, there's like a whole list of stuff here, which I'm never going to get to. So I'm just going to call it. So if you would like to get a private consultation for me, especially if I didn't get you on the list, please go to my webpage, soulhealer.com. That's soulhealer.com, and set up a time for a private consultation. If you're enjoying the show and you had a good reading, or you want to send me a little something, please go to soulhealer.com/live. That's soulhealer.com/live, and leave something in the tip jar. I would really appreciate it. And again, this show is brought to you by the Institute of Applied Energetics. That's appliedenergeticsinstitute.com, where you can learn to become an energy healer, an intuitive counselor, or a certified medical intuitive. Anyway, guys, we're done for today. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. I hope Santa brings you everything you want, not just coal in your stockings. And there will be a show next Thursday, so it's the day after Christmas. I hope to see all of you there. And until then, I'm Dr. Rita Louise. This is Thursday Night Live. Be blessed.